What if I told you that your coaching clients could be secretly frustrated with you, but you don't suspect a thing? Today I'm sharing some truth bombs that some coaches won't want to hear, but that your clients desperately want you to know. Hey coach, I'm Ronnie Noyes, and I've been coaching full-time for over 20 years. One of the biggest surprises about being a coach has been what my clients tell me about their experiences with other coaches. And let me warn you, some of these stories will shock you. And it's not just my clients who share such horror stories. After working with a number of coaches myself, I've got some of my own. But there's hope. If you recognize yourself in one or more of these behaviors, be sure to watch until the end for how to fix it. Let's start with the big one, multitasking during sessions. Your clients hate when you're not giving them your full attention. And before you say, but I'm a great multitasker, spoiler alert, you're not. None of us are. Look it up. Even if you think they can't tell you're multitasking, trust me, they can tell, and they don't like it. Whether you're coaching in person, over the phone, or on Zoom, your clients expect and deserve your undivided attention. I mean, don't you agree? So what are coaches actually doing during sessions that's driving their clients crazy? Brace yourself, because this is about to get ugly. Here's a short list of what I call the digital dirty when they happen during a session. Texting someone else, scrolling or posting on social media, playing games on the phone. I know, right? Checking email, surfing rando websites. But that's just the start. There's also the personal grooming fails, like filing, trimming, or painting nails instead of focusing on the session. And what about these egregious eating and drinking disasters during sessions? Eating snacks or full meals, chewing loudly or with your mouth open, or slurping drinks or licking fingers. Speaking with your mouth full, and my personal favorite, ordering food at the drive-thru during a session when you're the coach. And then there are the coaches who treat their sessions like time for household chores, checking the mail outside, doing laundry, washing dishes, vacuuming, even just popping a little something in the microwave. Now, before you argue that multitasking helps you think, it doesn't. It diminishes your ability to listen and to engage fully. And speaking of engaging, your clients also hate when you have multiple conversations during their sessions, like talking to your kids or spouse or guests or coworkers, answering the doorbell, chatting with service workers, and especially doing this while your client is talking. They don't believe it when you say, no, I'm listening, because nobody can listen to two people at once or while they're talking to someone else. Look, emergencies happen, but your clients paid for this time to have your attention. They deserve it, and there's a good way to deal with situations like these, which we'll get to in just a minute. But first, I need to tell you that your clients also can't stand these annoying habits that create unnecessary noise. Drumming fingers, clicking pens, playing with fidget toys, listening to music during sessions, and yes, stopping the conversation, interrupting the client to point out your favorite part of a song that's playing. Again, this actually happened to me. These things are distracting and, in my opinion, way unprofessional, period. Here's another big one that you might not have noticed. Location. Your clients probably feel uncomfortable when you hold their private coaching conversations in public spaces like coffee shops, restaurants, parks, libraries. I mean, unless you're in a closed meeting room, which you can get. Why? Well, for starters, there's background noise, there's distractions, but most importantly, the potential breach of confidentiality and privacy. I mean, come on, do you want other people listening in on your coaching sessions? Your clients don't. And speaking of uncomfortable, this one's awkward but important. It's perfectly okay to pause the session for a bio break. You want to be fully present and alert during the session, but nobody, and I mean nobody, wants to hear what happens in your most private moments. And yeah, they do hear it. I did. This is another thing that has literally happened to me personally, not once, not twice, but twice in private sessions with different coaches and twice in group sessions. What were these coaches thinking? And why weren't they on mute? I can't believe it has to be said, but here it is. It's okay to stop briefly when necessary, but really rude just to hope your clients won't notice that you're going to the bathroom. Now, I know what you're thinking, but Ronnie, life happens. What about real interruptions? You're right. Sometimes there are interruptions beyond your control. Here's how to handle them professionally. When you know an interruption might happen, Alert your client at the beginning of the session, apologize in advance, and explain briefly what might interrupt so that they expect it. Maybe you're expecting a delivery. You've got a new puppy that may need your attention, or you're waiting for a text from your kid's school. Your clients will understand we all have lives. Just give them a heads up. Now here's what to do for when both expected and unexpected interruptions happen. First, ask for a moment's grace, which means pausing the session with your client's permission. Handle the issue quickly and professionally, then apologize, refocus, and get back to work. I've done this lots of times. Once while I was running a group coaching meeting, I smelled smoke because there was a small fire in the kitchen. I paused the meeting and took care of it, and my clients were totally cool. What I didn't do was try to deal with the issue while a client was talking. Stuff happens. Your clients will understand, but not when you short them your time and attention. Unavoidable interruptions, just one of the many reasons why we have buffer time around our sessions. So a blip in one session won't short the client or disrupt your entire schedule. Here are some other bad coaching habits that aren't about multitasking, but are equally problematic. Monopolizing the conversation, telling personal stories without permission or a specific point, lecturing instead of coaching, and arguing with your client. And I don't mean challenging or probing, I mean actually arguing. Yeah, this stuff really happens, and most of these things have happened to me personally. So I get it and believe it when my clients tell on their other coaches. Unfortunately, I think the coaches who do this are giving the rest of us a bad name, which is why I'm bringing it up. The bottom line, all of these behaviors come across as rude, lazy, or unprofessional, and that's not how you want to show up as a coach, is it? Your clients are investing in you, their time, their money, their trust. They deserve your full attention and respect during their sessions. So ask yourself this simple question. Is what I'm doing a legitimate part of the coaching experience? If not, don't do it. I just wish someone had warned me about this stuff earlier in my coaching career, because regrettably, I was guilty of a couple of these issues myself at one time or another and didn't handle them as gracefully as I should have. Okay, I know this was brutal, but it had to be said. And now that you know, you're prepared and can avoid these mistakes before they happen to your clients. So what's the most unprofessional thing you've experienced with a coach? Share your story in the comments below. And if this video was enlightening, hit that like button and subscribe for more coaching tips that actually matter. Thanks for watching, Coach. I'm Ronnie Noyes, reminding you that today is a great day for coaching.